everybody, Kelly Marcus with Pampered Chef here, and tonight we have got one of those crazy weekday nights where you have after school activities and people coming home at different times. So I'm going to use one of our new mixes, the chili mix, and cook it up and then put it on the slow cooker base on warm to keep it warm for everybody as they come home for dinner. So let me show you what I've got going on here. I'll pull you a little bit closer. I already have my meat, 1 pound of hamburger, browning with some onions, and now I'm going to add the rest of our ingredients. The great thing about these mixes, well, there's several great things, is that the recipe is right here on the back. And it also has all the ingredients and everything. There is nothing artificial in here, guys. It's all good stuff. So I'm going to double this because it does say it serves 6, but 1 serving of chili is just never enough for my family. All right, I've gotten to this point already, and now we are going to add our other ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and add the mix, 1, and then 2. I am doubling it. The great thing about a family my size is that this does come, when you purchase these, you get 3 packages. So we can make it 1.5 nights, I guess. No, I did make just 1 batch one night, and it was great, but I thought we might need 2 tonight with all of our activities. So I'm going to stir that around. Ian, could you let the dog in, please? I'm dog sitting, and he's out back barking, wanting in. This is live TV, folks. All right, so we have our mix in, and now we're going to add our beans. And actually we're going to do, the tomatoes. Now the recipe calls for undrained diced tomatoes, but in my chili, folks, I like to use whole tomatoes. So I'm going to use 2 cans of whole tomatoes. I like the texture better, and I'm going to use my mix and chop here to break them up. Something about those whole stewed tomatoes I just think works a lot better. So I'm just using my mix and chop. Don't worry, I cleaned it between doing the beef. And I'm just breaking these up just a little bit so they're not quite so big. I think you just saw a squirt go across there. Got to dodge the squirting tomatoes. All right, so that's in. And now we're going to add the beans. The recipe calls for 1 can of the beans of your choice. I have kidney beans here and black beans. I'm doing 1 can of each. And then I doubled the recipe, but I didn't double my meat. So I'm going to throw in an extra can of beans. This is really a great way to kind of stretch those meat dollars. Because, you know, we all know that meat can get kind of expensive sometimes. And so if you want to stretch it out a little bit, just substitute that pound of beef with a can of beans. I'm dumping these in, I'm draining them. Oh, goodness gracious, I'm making a mess is what I'm doing. I'm draining these into my Easy Read colander right here into this bowl to catch the mess. But while those drain, I am going to show you our can opener. For those of you who haven't used it before, this is our Pampered Chef can opener. I need to wipe my hands off of this mess. I'm feeling a little bit in a rush, so if I seem kind of a little bit crazy today, that's why. All right, I'm going to show you the can opener here. Our can opener is wonderful once you learn how to use it. So I'm going to show you how to use it. You're just going to lay it right there flat on top and start turning it. Now, if you're left-handed, you can turn this way, right-handed this way. It doesn't really matter which way you go. You'll feel it grab, and it starts to break the seal. Our can opener doesn't cut the can, it just breaks the seal. And when you reach all the way around, you can kind of feel that it's loosened. So to get it off the can, see, you can see I could pick it up. You just turn back the other direction and it releases. Then we've got a button here that uses these little grabby jaws, and pull that off. And your can is open with no sharp edges. So I'm going to go ahead and dump these in, and then I will drain that can here. And if you wanted, you could give those a quick rinse. think we're doing okay. Just like that. I'm gonna dump those in. I have 1 can of white kidney beans, 1 can of dark kidney beans, and then my black beans. I like my chili to have a lot of different colors and textures. I think it just makes it so good. So you can kind of see that there, looking really nice. And now I'm gonna add 5 cups of water. Now, like I said, we're doubling the recipe. The recipe is usually 2.5 cups, 1 can of beans, 1 pound of hamburger, and 1 mix, and 1 can of tomatoes. But we just kind of making this for my family, and they love their chili. So, all right, I am going to let this cook on medium-high until it's time to go. And then when it's time for us to leave, I am going to transfer it over here to my slow cooker base and turn it on warm with the lid on, and it will be all ready to go when my husband and a couple of my kids come home. So with that, I'm going to serve some tortillas. Sometimes I do cornbread. Tonight I'm doing tortillas. I have some green onion, and I'm gonna shred some cheese. This is our redesigned shredder here, coarse or fine shredder. No, this is the medium. But anyway, instead of the old one, you had to slide back and forth. This one just has a little button that you just pull and it goes down. So you can set it up or keep it flat to put it over a bowl, tuck it all the way to store it in your drawer. It's one of the things I love about this thing. So super, super easy to use. It does have a food guard, which is advisable to use because it can shred your fingers, but I'm not getting that close to it today. So you can see pretty easy, sorry. Really simple to use. I do use pre-shredded in the bag sometimes, but I do like to shred my own when possible. Or even just when I haven't had a chance to go, to the grocery store. We always have a chunk of cheddar cheese around the house. So I'm gonna put those in the prep bowls with my lids on. Clean up this mess, and dinner will be all ready when my husband and kids come home. They can just pull that stuff out of the refrigerator and eat. So that's our chili mix. That's our dinner tonight. I hope you're having something yummy, and happy cooking.